Peace and wholeness, family. Rafael Flatplane back here with another one. So, I was on Twitter and I was going on what's been trending, and I see we have a swine flu debate because Trump said, more people were dying from, I guess, the swine flu than what's going on with coronavirus. And now the big debate is 12,000 versus 200,000. And for the record, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a supporter of government. I don't apply to the two-party system, especially when you're just giving me the two options to choose from. I don't think that's free market or any type of free government or anything. But that's neither here nor there. That was just my disclaimer. But this is what Trump said here. Biden failed badly with the swine flu, and it was the gang that couldn't shoot straight. He didn't have a clue. We have done an incredible job with the much tougher China virus. You got to put that China the way he says it. But now you have all the, I don't want to slander them, but you have all the rebuttals coming up where people are saying, how can you compare the swine flu with COVID? You can't. You're crazy. Swine flu was nothing like this. You're the failure. You've ruined so many lives with your failures. Just resign. Rain check, Nate Kurtz. All presidents have ruined all lives because with the two-party system and the taxation without representation, in order for anybody to get something, you have to take that something from somebody else. But again, neither here nor there. Now, I was diving into the H1N1 swine flu and the numbers and things like that. And I came across this article that came out June 25th, 2012. And it talks about H1N1 swine flu may have killed 15 times. I'm going to say that again. H1N1 swine flu may have killed 15 times more than first said. A new analysis suggests H1N1 deaths 15 times higher than lab tests counted. June 25th, 2020. The swine flu virus H1N1 may have killed 15 times the number of people counted by the World Health Organization. And we know, they like to, fudge around the numbers, but I'm not going to keep going into that because I don't want to get another strike. According to a new study, and unlike the seasonal flu, the H1N1 pandemic struck down mostly young people, many living in Africa and Southeast Asia. Beginning in 2009, the virus swept the globe, and the WHO counted 18,500 swine flu deaths that had been confirmed by laboratory tests. Now, when I multiply 15 times 18,500, you get 277,500. And we are so-called at 200,000 quote-unquote CV-19 deaths. But according to new estimates from researchers at the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the virus probably killed between 700,000 people and 400,000 people around the world in its first year alone. So, we got 400,000 around the world. 400,000 around the world. And I think we're at what? 300,000 around the world for COVID. So actually, which one was worse? And I didn't wear a mask when this happened. There was no social distancing. I was still working. My job wasn't shut down. My kids, well, I didn't have kids. People were allowed to go to school. People were allowed to go to their churches. And we're still tripping out over this virus. Now, I went to this article here for Fox News, same date posted, death toll from 2009 H1N1 outbreak was much higher than previous estimates. While there were 18,500 laboratory confirmed deaths due to H1N1 influenza outbreak in 2009, new estimates from an international group of researchers indicate more than 500,000 people worldwide may have actually died as a result of the flu. And did you wear a mask? Did you social distance? An estimate 575,000 people. Were you wearing a mask? And again, I don't take sides, but you got the election wars going on. So you got you got Biden saying that Trump is doing bad, and you have Trump saying that that Biden did bad. But here in this article, which was published July 9th, 2020, flashback. Barack Obama abruptly halted H1N1 testing, undermining Biden's attack on Trump. Joe Biden has been attacking Trump's response to the coronavirus pandemic from every angle. In the past, he's literally presented his own plan for what Trump should have done, only to discover Trump was way ahead of him and had already done what Biden suggested. Biden's recent attacks have focused on testing, accusing Trump of slowing testing down and not having a national strategy. How is he slowing testing down? Testing is at a rampant rate. Of course, the back and forth. The crisis in Arizona is a direct result of Donald Trump's failure to lead his desire to slow the testing down. The Americans are suffering the consequences, Biden claimed Wednesday. Biden has argued that he'd have responded better to the coronavirus pandemic than Trump. But back in 2009, the Obama-Biden administration abruptly advised states to stop testing for H1N1 flu and stop counting individual cases. Cheryl Atkinson reported at the time that rationale to forego testing and tracking individual cases was why waste resource testing for H1N1 flu when the government has already confirmed there is a pandemic. So unlike what they're doing now, which is quote unquote the pandemic, and they going on the rise for testing, and everywhere you go you have to test. Back in 2009 H1N1, they stopped testing and stopped confirming cases because there was already an epidemic. But why aren't we doing that now? Why didn't we wear a mask then if there was already an epidemic? If we're in an epidemic now, we have to social distance and wear a mask. Why aren't we doing it then? Why not? But this is to show you the election war, to get people to go back and forth, to confuse the people. But nobody's really diving in and doing the research for it. Nobody. And this is what we have to do. We have to bring this research to the people. And this is why I appreciate you guys here coming to this channel to see this. Because we need to get the word out. Well, not get the word out, but we need to have that information so when we come across these conversations, we can educate the people. Now, we got the flu coming up, and yeah, let's just hear this little PSA announcement.
Hi, I'm Dr. George Garrow, Chief Medical Officer at Primary Health Network. As we continue in our fight against COVID-19, we in the medical field are preparing for another virus that typically strains the healthcare system every year: influenza, or the seasonal flu. Like COVID-19, influenza is a respiratory viral illness that results in thousands of hospitalizations and deaths every year. There is, however, something very important that you can do to protect yourself against influenza. Get a flu shot.
Hell no. I'm not getting a flu shot. You know why? It's stupid to get a flu shot. Think about this. Getting a flu shot now because we're in a quote unquote pandemic, will lower your immune system. Now, who's to say what's the difference after I get the flu shot? I start experiencing symptoms. Now you're gonna label me as COVID-19. So now, wouldn't we see a rise in COVID-19 numbers because people are getting the flu shots, because we're lowering the immune system, because we're injecting the virus into the body? No? Yeah, I don't think so.
A really good question, because a lot of the symptoms are the same. A lot of those general fatigue, some respiratory symptoms like a cough, sneezing, those are very, very similar. I think the things that are different really is with COVID, we see this acute, quick loss of sense of smell and taste. That's a good clue that says it's probably not flu, because that's not normal in the flu.
Bullcrap. I call you bullshit. Hell no. Why? Because I've had the flu before. And I lost taste. I couldn't taste shit. So what are you telling me? I was stuffy. I couldn't breathe. So now they're lying to us. Again.
Flu scenario. But really for the general population, it's going to be hard to tell. So I really recommend leveraging, our Rite Aid pharmacist, leveraging your doctor, give them a call and just walk through what you're experiencing.
Of course it's going to be hard to tell. Why? Because the symptoms keep evolving. They keep changing. There's no set quote unquote symptoms. They said flu-like symptoms. And then it's this-like symptoms. Now, before I head out of here, I want to go over this crazy crap coming up on Forbes. Why speaking English may spread more coronavirus than some other languages. What the hell? My God. New research suggests that English speakers put more droplets into the air when they talk, which may make them more likely to spread COVID-19. Since the novel coronavirus is spread by droplets, how spitting a language this is crazy. How spitty a language is may contribute to different rates of the disease. It all comes down to something called aspirated consonants. The sounds we make that spray more droplets of saliva into the air. In college, everyone knew which professors spit the most when they lectured. The front rows of their classes were always empty after the first day of class, because the high achievers who sat there had been bathed with the lecturer's saliva. When a lecture was particularly boring, students might find themselves fascinated by the sunlight-caught droplets of spit hanging in the air around the professor. Memories of the teacher who were the loud talkers is one thing, yet now we know that simply speaking English could mean we are all spitting on people around us. Now they don't want you to talk, people. Not only did they put a muzzle on your face to shut you up, now they don't want you to talk. Now the English language, which is almost basically spoken around the world, they don't want you to say it. Now for those English speaking people who only speak English, let me put it like this. ¿Qué es lo que tú vas a hacer? I speak Spanish. So ¿qué tú vas a hacer? ¿Qué idioma tú vas a hablar? Now that they want to stop you from talking English. My God, people. You gotta love this system that we're in. Well, before I get out of here, shout out to my TrueTube family. Make sure you guys all head over to TrueTube.com. Sign up. And when you sign up to TrueTube.com, make sure you check me out, Rafael Flatplane TV. I have content over here as well. A lot of content that YouTube takes down from me, I do post it up here. And give it a look. Also explore the website. You can find movies, videos, shows, a lot of good conscious content, music. It's a lot of good variety of things on this website, so I do recommend it very much. Shout out to the family, peace and wholeness, much love, and y'all catch me on the flip side.